Which sound we doing?
Oh, we're going hot, my friend. It's on a Monday.
This is the one that's got the pause I like now.
That's right. This is where we build up to that anticipation right about now. That's where it is. Yeah. All right, man. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Glad to have you here. Chris Johnstone in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Let's see. Robert Ashburner's here, of course. Yeah. Don Lake as well. I haven't seen Don Lake in a minute. Good to see you, Don. Good to have you here. Ben Woodland, of course, with her smiley face, as always. Francis P. You know I don't try to say that. Yeah, so, all right, man. Glad to have everybody here this morning. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. You know, Steve, I've decided I'm going to release the news later in the morning. So it hasn't released yet. And that's just because it's ready. It's queued up, but so I'm not going to touch on the news today per se, because it'll be out. It'll be in your inbox here pretty soon. Some interesting stories in there to check out. And don't forget, it's absolutely shareable and, abusable. Do what you want with it, that kind of a thing. So I think what we'll do is just say good morning to everybody in the chat. Light up the chat for us, guys. Say good morning. Where you at? What you got going on?
Who's excited about this running into the month of September? And what are you most excited about?
There you go.
Yeah, man. Who's excited? Come on, with your business.
And it could be business or it could be anything.
Yeah, personal, family.
Personal, business. What's going on heading into September? Got anything cooking? So, just so you guys know, and everyone knows, I am taking next week off.
Oh, what?
Really?
Yes, the entire week. Yes, I'm going to take it off.
Don't tell them about the surprises we have planned for every day next week now. I'm serious. Don't tell them. They're going to have to experience it.
Really big shows. The last time I did that, there was all kinds of giveaways and things, and it was nuts. So, I don't know. But, I'm going to go down to Southern California, down to Oceanside. So for my Oceanside friends, there's a little entourage of pals down there that I typically hook up with and hang out with. So if you're in the Oceanside, California area, probably going to do like a coffee meetup maybe next Friday or something like that.
That's nice.
Yeah, just get together and have some coffee, shoot the breeze. Nothing.
If I were there, I'd hang out with you.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Well, I want to see that. Glenn Simidnamnyao is there. Who else is down there? Is the radio show. He's got the God dang it! Oh, can't believe I'm gonna forget. Ron Siegel. Ron Siegel. Yeah. Ron Siegel's down there, and probably a handful of others that are here. So if you're in the Southern California area, probably next Friday I'll do a meetup. In the morning.
The first ever in-person breakfast?
No. Yeah, I'm not going to do the show that early. But I've been down there a few times and hung out with some peeps. So that's going to be fun. So if you're in the Southern California area, I'll be down there next week. Friday, we'll do a little meetup somewhere at a coffee shop. Not sure where. We'll have a good time. And we'll talk about Steve. You know what I mean? Behind his back.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
All the good things.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. So how about some wins, man? Maybe we should cover a couple of wins before we dive into our special guest. Let's see. I'm going to call on Bill Rudy Devers.
Oh, nice.
My man.
Not for a win, Bill. I know you're stacked with them. You've got them all the time. You got wins falling out of your pockets, like as you walk down the street.
Of course he does.
There's a win. There's a win. I know how that goes. But, Bill, I want you to pick someone to share a win, okay? So let's go ahead. Go ahead.
You're muted, brother.
You're muted. Dang it.
Come on, Bill.
You got it. All right.
Let's take a chance on Chance.
Chance.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Where is Chance? I don't see Chance.
Chance McQueen.
Chance McQueen. What is going on, man? What's happening, bro?
Give us a win, bro.
Gotta unmute.
He's working on the unmute button.
I will.
Good morning. It's too early for me. What win I've had this past week? I had a deal that got thrown in my lap, and because it was a really tough deal, it was sent to me by the listing agent who I've done some business with. I was able to, help the clients get into this house. It was a challenging deal, but I also won the buyer's agent that represented them. So she started sending me referrals.
Nice.
Wowza.
Nice.
There's a cheer. Congratulations, man. How come you were able to do it and the other guy wasn't? What do you think it was?
Well, there was a the listing agent didn't trust them because they figured she thought that they were trying to pull the wool over her eyes and her eyes with a program, but there was just some confusion there, and I know the program pretty well, so I was able to explain it to everyone, and we were able to switch it to a different program within the bond, in the bond program. And I negotiated also the seller to give them a $5,000 gift because they weren't going to get as much money from the program as they initially thought they were. But overall, everyone was happy, and we closed a day over, but day late, but we got it done.
So
Nice.
So they come to Chance, who basically takes control of the entire situation, restructures it, renegotiates with the seller, and closes the deal.
Yeah.
It's essentially what happened.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
you know what? They want, this industry is starving for leadership, man. I love that, brother. Love that.
Dude, that was Bill.
Great
First
job.
of all, Rudy Devers, great pick. Chance, congratulations. You got a t-shirt, Chance? You got a Loan Officer Breakfast Club t-shirt?
No, I don't. Not yet.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Congratulations, my friend.
She had no chance because that dude sounds just like Barry White.
Thank you. My mom said I had a face for radio, so appreciate that.
Congratulations, man. What a great win. I love it. Falls in your lap. You take control, restructure everything, close the deal. Like, next. That deal came to Chance. She's like, hold my beer. Let me take care of this. Yeah.
I love what you said, Steve, though, but the leadership in the industry and making the weekly calls. Like that communication on when a deal goes sideways, that agent on the other side of things probably could have had a different experience with that deal had they been in front of the communication and leading that deal. So I love your comment about that. And congratulations, Chance. That's awesome.
That was great. Hey, Chad Kruger. Chad Kruger, can you unmute? I see what you put in the chat there. I want you to talk about it.
What's up, Frank? How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Cool. Tell us about your chat you just put in there. What are your thoughts?
Well, just people are going to go for the easy money, the quick money, right? And they're going to lose focus and they're going to stop making their calls.
So if you're not, so for someone who might be on the podcast, this is audio, whatever. If you're listening to the recording, he put in here, he said, as rates go lower, it's important to keep making realtor calls as other LOs focus on refis. It's true. That's always the temptation, right, Chad? I mean, it's the temptation to just go, give me that. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. What you're saying, Chad, is do that, grab the refis, but don't stop on the other side.
Correct.
Don't stop doing the plan. You know what I mean? Because here's the truth: as rates go lower, you know what's going to do? It's going to bust open the purchase market too. So, yeah.
And you'll probably get more realtors answering calls because loan officers are going to the easy money.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, good stuff. If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time. I love it. Great one, man. Good stuff.
Listen, that's why you have to have a process to prospecting. A process means you do it the same way every time, every week, high rates, mid rates, low rates. And if you got a process, then you're able to stay consistent. So, hey, and talking about that, we have somebody today that we're going to highlight on the Breakfast Club this morning, man.
That's right. And I think we're right about time to do that. So, let's see if I get the right button. Let's see.
And now it's time for our mortgage marketing animal members spotlight. Please welcome today's guest.
All right. So we have a guest today for everybody, and who has just, I'm going to say it, Steve, just shocking results. Like, just like,
great
wow,
results. Yeah,
like great results. Yeah. But Cory, are you with us? Can you unmute and say good morning? Yeah. Cory, how do you say your last name? What is it?
Byrne.
Burns. Okay. Cory Byrne. And Steve, I'm going to let you take the lead on this conversation because you have some familiarity with Cory. And I just, guys, just start with the numbers, Steve. So this is where let's tee it up with numbers, and then let's dive in and just kind of pick her brain and see what the heck's going on here.
We just want to celebrate wins and successes. And, it's interesting. What we're seeing is, the ones who are doing the right activity are having great results. And Cory's a part of, some of you may know, I do a virtual 8-week boot camp inside of the membership. And for everybody listening, coaching is just an accelerant. We've got several on-ramps into the mortgage marketing animals. And Cory joined the boot camp, which I do. Matter of fact, I've got one more for the rest of the year. It starts in a couple weeks. But really just wanted to highlight Cory's success. In June, Cory funded right at 10 units. In July, she funded 20. And then in August, did 38 units. And listen, it's just, that's an accelerant to her success. We'll close about 20 or so this month, but already has 20 in for October.
Yeah.
And just wanted to highlight, Cory, tell us a little bit about your story, because what you'll hear sometimes is, oh, the market's slow, or rates are high, or buyers are sitting on the fence and inventory's long. But what you really realize is you're having great success. So Cory, tell us your story, how long you've been in the business. Tell us, in about 60, 90 seconds, a little bit about your journey and what got you to where you're at right now.
Okay, so I've been a mortgage broker for 26 years, and I very slowly built my business up to about 250,000, and I was consistent at 250,000 income from, I would say, 2018 until last year. And I decided that if I wanted to go to the next level, I actually met Chris Johnstone at a seminar that one of the lenders put on. And he talked about the mortgage marketing.
Which, by the way, had nothing to do with her success. I just want to
So he mentioned mortgage marketing animals. So when I went home that night, I looked into it and I thought, I wonder what that is. Maybe that's what I need. So all weekend I've been thinking about what was it that actually moved the needle the most, because that's the question that everybody asks me. And honestly, I can say joining a group of people, joining something where you're one of many that are trying to get better at what you're doing. And for a lot of reasons, because it supports you and it gives you ideas and it encourages you, and you see other people doing it and you're like, if they can do it, because I can do my job. I'm really good at my job, but I wasn't good at asking for the I had never, ever in my career asked for the business. Not once, not from a family member, not from a past client, never. And so the simplest little things. So I first joined with coaching. I did coaching for a year. And then Meg told me about this boot camp. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try the boot camp to try and tie it all in. And so the coaching helped me put systems in place, which I desperately needed. I had no control over my time. I was making 250,000 and working like crazy hours, 12, 13 hours a day. Wow. And I had no control over my time. I was doing everything. I wasn't delegating. I had assistants, but I wasn't using them properly. And so that coaching helped me get that organized. And then the boot camp just lit it on fire.
Hey, so Cory, so let's, even just a handful of months ago, when you started with coaching, what specifically, and then I want you to tell me about the boot camp next, but in the coaching aspect, what was something you said, hey, I want to, most people join in order to say, hey, I want to solve a problem. What problem were you trying to solve? Just give me one or two.
So the two problems I was trying to solve was get my business to 500,000 income.
Okay, and revenue, like money that you're making every year. Okay.
How can I bump up my income, doing what I'm doing? So that was my first problem. The second problem was how can I get control of my day and my assistants?
I love it. What is the solution to number one? What do you feel like is helping you get past and break past the $500,000 a year?
Asking for the business.
Number one. Yep. So you were already making the calls, and now it's just, let's do it with a little bit of intention.
Yeah. So my business grew just from people referring me because I'm good at what I do, basically, I guess. But I've never, ever asked them for the business at the end of the call or followed up. Like, I always call people 7 days after closing and then 40 days after closing to see how it went. Never asked for the business. Didn't even occur to me to ask for the business, to ask them if they had anybody that might need a mortgage. And just doing that was crazy, the response I got. And then going after realtors, talking to them, they all know me. Like, all the realtors in my town know me, but not actually saying, do you want to send me some deals, kind of thing. So yeah, that was the main thing. But I can honestly say I would not have done anything if I had not joined the Loan Officer Breakfast Club and listened. Like, I've been doing this for about a year and a half, I guess.
Burns my butt, Steve.
What's that, Carl?
No, this is a real thing. So some of those people that say, hey, you don't want to be chasing for business or begging for business. And maybe they're meaning to be helpful by saying that. Maybe they're not. I'm not really sure. But I just think of like that voice in our head saying, hey, I don't want to beg for business, so I shouldn't ask. And then, Cory, we hear your story of going from 250 to 500 and asking for business. I don't even know what begging for business looks like. Hey, I got a quick question though, Cory. What is it? Like, this goes back to the why. Like, when you're making 250, most people would be like, I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah.
I'm good.
Right.
250, right. Not a bad income, right? That's doctors, way more than most attorneys. Good income you can make. You can live fine off of 250. In most, in San Diego might be a little bit more challenging, but in most areas of the country, you live pretty darn good. What is it that you said 250s isn't good enough, that I need 5? What do you have at 5? Like, what was your why behind all this?
Two things. What started it before I met the Loan Officer Breakfast Club was, what else am I capable of? I wanted to know what else am I capable of? Because I do other things, like I own rentals, I build houses, I have a lot of things on the go. And I thought, what else am I capable of in my business? Because I was just kind of flatlined. And I thought, I know I'm capable of doing more than this. So, basically I kept asking myself every day, what else am I capable of? What else can I do? But then when I joined and started listening to you, what really motivated me was when you said that you put $100,000 in your grandchild's trust an account. And I thought, I am going to do that before the end of the year.
Nice.
And so that's what I did.
Hey, and
wait. Just what's your grandkid's name?
Harper.
So, Jen, would you note Harper owes me 10% each year? Make a little notation about that. I'd appreciate it.
Just send it back.
Send it back, Cory.
Hey, Cory, I want to ask you something. So, one of the biggest things that made the difference was simply asking for the dang business. Give me an example.
Hey, which, by the way, Frank and Cory, this is probably something, that's in the boot camp. There's 8 weeks. This is one of the things we literally hyper focus on. Number of outbound calls, number of talk tos, but most people are not tracking how many of those conversations were an ask. And I think that, Cory, is probably where the biggest eye opener is. It's like I had 25 conversations today, but I only asked for the business twice. And so it's such a big part of it is asking for the business. So
yeah, my question, Cory, was going to be, was it you knew you should be asking for the business but felt uncomfortable about it, or you just hadn't thought of it? Like, you just didn't think to just go ahead and do that? What was it?
Well, honestly, I hadn't thought of it. Like, I'm ashamed to say it, but it was like, why am I not doing this? Like, this and then that I hadn't even, but there's so many little things. Like, one of the things, so I meet with my clients for 2 hours before I even take an application, and I talk to them about the whole process. And my coach said, why don't you do a video and send it to them and let them watch it? And I'm like, that is a great idea. Like, how did I not do that? But that's why you have to go to coaching, because they come up with things that are so simple, but you're so stuck in your business and just doing things the same way you've always done them that you don't even have time to think about ways that you could be doing it better. And so if you're not part of a community, you're not going to experience what I experienced. Like, it's just not going to, as far as I know, it's not going to happen because you're too busy doing what you've always done.
And Steve, I think part of it also, I know for me, and maybe I'm kind of hearing a little slivers of that coming through Cory. If we're already working 10, 12-hour days and we ask for business, we'll get more business. It's like, well, wait a minute, I already got my,
I'm already
maxed out on my.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, I know you guys are real big about this in your shop, making sure that the loan officer focuses on the loan officer stuff and make sure the assistant focuses on the assistant stuff. And when we delegate that stuff off, and then we have that little bit of white space in there, we feel a little bit more comfortable asking for the business. I think that might kind of go into play oftentimes too. 100%. I think that, and little guy or little girl or little lady, on our shoulder. I think between those two things, I think that's the lion's share of it. That's just my experience.
Hey, Cory, what's your team look like?
I have 2 assistants.
What do they do?
So we're getting better at that. So my one assistant does all the back end stuff. So making sure all the documents get to the lawyers, get to the lenders, and the deal gets closed. And my other assistant, I take the application and then he takes it from there. Then he puts everything on the computer, gets it ready for me. Then we hop on a quick call for 5 or 10 minutes, deciding which lender we're going to send it to and why. I'm trying to get him to tell me where he thinks we should send it and why, and then we send it out, and then the other one takes it from there.
Got it.
So I'm right now I'm doing all the FaceTime with the clients, and then once it's all approved, I sign them up, and then it goes back to the other assistant.
Have you? Do you have anything any changes that you're looking at making with the team? Like, do you have something in your mind? Like, I think what I want to do is change this or change that to be more efficient.
Yeah. So for sure, the goal is to get my one assistant to do the sign up so that I'm not meeting with clients and going through the paperwork and explaining everything to them. That would be amazing. So
big lift. Yeah.
He's only been with us just under a year. So we're still working on. He's still a work in progress.
Okay. Hey, Cory, any software or any kind of automation or any technology that's been a big boost for you?
So we've been using the same, like we have a CRM, and I have had a CRM for 15 years. So I have been doing that. That is the one way that I've been staying in touch with my clients. But no, we haven't used anything else yet.
Wow.
Just that.
Yeah.
But we're trying to cope with the volume we have.
I bet. Do you get a seasonal like ups and downs because of where you're located at? Is the wintertime a little slower sometimes in the summertime, or?
Not in my business. No. Like I can sincerely say we don't have slow times because in Canada the mortgages come up for renewal every 5 years. So people have to renew their mortgage. They don't have a choice.
Right.
So that's one lucky thing for us.
I was going to say maybe in the wintertime when it slows down a little bit, you could work on even more. Obviously, you've done a fantastic job, but even more on the technology parts of it. But way to go! So just as busy in the wintertime as a summer. That's impressive. Hey, I want you to take your humble hat off here for a second. What's one thing that you're absolutely amazing? And this we're just all friends here, and this is an instructional thing. It's not a braggart thing because I'm asking you. What are you amazing at?
Well, according to my lenders, like I never lose a deal. So because I listen to you guys and the ratios. So once I meet somebody and talk to them and go through the whole process with them, we never talk about rate. Right out of the gate, I tell them we have the rate discussion, and I say the best rate is not the best mortgage. Never. So let's take rate right off the table. My job is to get you the best mortgage, not the best rate. So let's not even talk about rates because I'm working for you. My whole goal is to keep as much money in your family as I can, but I'm still going after the best mortgage, not the best rate. And so I think just by saying that, which I learned on Breakfast Club, just by saying that, clients don't leave me. Like, I never have a client that I've spent a couple hours with going over everything or sent them my video now that leave. And I don't know why, because that's not the norm. Like, even my lenders call and say, how, because I guess people send deals and then they get canceled because they've lost them to another bank or something. And one of the BDMs called me last week, actually. She said, none of your deals left. And I said, they don't leave. Like, my clients don't leave. Mm-hmm. So that's the best, like, connecting with my client, I guess.
Hey, and you know where that comes from, Carl. It's the when you look at the DISC assessment, you realize the population of people, 60 to 70% are high S's, which is why I think that report and study that says mortgage clients use, 79% of the time they use the first loan officer they speak with. 92% of the time it's like the first two. I think part of it is, Cory, you've got a process. And when you got a process of, we take this step, we take this step, we take this step, people don't naturally want to shop. It's all they know how to do. You know, that's all that the market talks about is shop and shop. But I love the fact that you really ground them with a process and even address some of what they're already going to talk about up front. So well done. Well done.
In the process, that's another thing that we learned from you guys. We have a process right now. And as soon as we have a new client, we have a welcome letter and get them all excited about working with us. And here's the team and here's our contact information. And who can compete with that? Like, they're not going to get that anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently. Yeah.
Well done.
Hi, thanks for enjoying Loan Officer Breakfast Club here on YouTube. I just wanted to drop in and remind you that if you're a newer loan officer and you're trying to get to that 2 or 3 deals a month, or if you're seasoned and you're trying to get from 50 to 60 or 60 to 80, Mortgage Marketing Animals has you covered. We've got the full gambit from start to finish, top to bottom. Everything you need is at mortgagemarketinganimals.com. There's a reason that mortgagemarketinganimals.com is the #1 mortgage coaching platform in the country. So check it out, mortgagemarketinganimals.com.
What's next?
We got from that.
What's next?
We're just going to keep doing this and see if we can keep up the momentum.
Hey, which, by the way, she made $150,000 last month. That'll get you real close.
I haven't paid on all of it yet, though, but it's coming because we get.
Well, it's close. You get your money.
Yeah.
Well done.
For the month.
Hey, Cory, if somebody's thinking, and somebody asks, what's the boot camp? We've got 2 of them coming up. Plus, we've got, several ways you can engage with us at the Marketing Animals. There's a monthly membership. I'm launching a virtual 8-week boot camp, which Cory's in. That'll start in 2 weeks. And then, Carl, we have a face-to-face boot camp coming up in October. And what I would say is, if you're interested, at least seeing where maybe you could on-ramp with us, go to freedomplanningcall.com and we'll jump on a call and show you where you're at and where maybe you can on-ramp with us. But somebody was asking, what's the boot camp? Cory, talk about that real quick. Just give, somebody who's considering specifically the 8-week virtual boot camp that I do, would you encourage them to do it, or maybe talk to that real quick?
Yeah, so the boot camp for me kind of brought everything together, everything that I have been thinking about and working on and trying to organize. It just brought it all together because it moves quickly. So every week we have tasks and you do those, and then they lead up to the next task, and it just every week built on the previous week, and it brought it all. It really brought my whole business together, all the things that I've been working on for the year prior, leading up to it.
Yeah. Well, and we just want to encourage you, if you're interested in the boot camp, you can drop interested or go to freedomplanningcall.com, fill out your first name, last name, email, and then fill out one piece of information. You go straight to the calendar. We would, Frank, what I keep thinking about is now is the time to end the year strong. What you do in September and October will determine your December and January.
Yeah.
And, it goes back to, I love what the first comments were, don't neglect your realtors. Like, if you'll stay hyper-focused on, Carl, you know what when she was talking earlier, you know what I thought? More doesn't mean more time.
Mm-hmm.
And here's one of the things, like in the boot camp, we talk about making the decision, the predictable income, mastering the ask, the coffee appointments, and how to get, look, more. Somebody may say, well, I couldn't do 38 loans. You can if you learn to say no to the things that don't move the needle.
Mm-hmm.
See, more means saying no to more things so that you can hyper focus on what brought you in the last 10 deals and the last 20 deals and last 30 deals. Carl, and I was telling somebody earlier, I said the greatest thing, not greatest, there's a lot of lessons Carl teaches us all, but in our friendship over the years has been, I want to do the least amount of work. I remember when you first told me this, I thought, oh, that's lazy. And I'm like, oh no, Carl's right. Carl would tell me all the time, Steve, we want to do the least amount of work to get the desired result. The least amount of work to get the desired. Well, the first time I heard that, I said, Carl, I might have to challenge you on that. And then I'm like, oh no, Carl's right, because anything else is just busy work. And listen, you're not paid for busy work. You may wear yourself out, but money comes from productivity, not busy. And so I just want to encourage you, more doesn't mean more time. It just means being more effective. And that's what I love about coaching. When you're with the right coaching, it's an accelerant, and it helps you identify what to say no to and what to say yes to. And if you'll do those two things, this fourth quarter is going to be gangbusters, man. With rates having a reprieve, with buyers get on the market, with a higher inventory, now's the time to set yourself up for your best November and January you've ever seen.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Hey, Cory, thanks so much.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah, it was great. Oh, you're getting a t-shirt too. Just so congratulations.
You should.
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
No.
Man, that was cool. That was super cool, man. Good stuff.
Hey, Cory.
Yep.
Hey, Cory, you still here?
Yeah, she said yep.
Yeah. Hey, on that, hey, just as an FYI, and this goes for anybody, I tell you a great way to do it for your grandkids or your nephews or nieces, whoever you want to do it to, is I put mine in the S&P 5, or I put Charlie's, I guess. I put Charlie's in the S&P 500, and he doesn't have access to it until he's 40. So I'll be dead and gone. When he's 40, he has access to it. And how it works is at 40, he gets 4% per year until he hits 50. At 50, he gets half. And at 60, he gets half. And I did that so he's not like a trust fund kid, you know, kind of thing. You got to make it through the first 40 years on your own.
Yeah.
And I did the math at 100,000 in the S&P 500. It should end up around $4.5 million by the time he's 40. And what's $4.5 million worth 40 years from now? I don't know, more than none, right? More than none.
Yeah.
And so then if you do 4% of say, you know, $4.5 million, that's a really good yearly income.
That's,
you know, and the reason I didn't make it available to him until he's all of it, half of it until he's 50 and the other half till 60, is that gives somebody a chance to get some of the I know for me, some of the foolishness out of my life and some of the loss in the fog and maybe a bad relationship or two in our, you know, in our 20s and maybe our 30s. And hopefully by 40, we're starting to kind of get things together. And my thought was, if it doesn't have it together by 50, whatever, all bets are off, right? You know, you can't protect somebody against every stupid thing they can possibly do. I'm living proof of that, right?
Right.
So I love that. That was very satisfying. That was part of the motivation. How cool will it be for him to wake up 40 years from now and have a serious income? And it's all because of Grandma Cory. You know, so that's just or Aunt Jen or Uncle Dave. Yeah, it's a wonderful gift to give kids. I really believe that. You know, so
neat stuff. Cool, Carl.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get it.
What's the biggest thing you got from that, Frank?
The biggest thing from Cory?
Yeah. What's the biggest thing you got from her?
You know, I would say it's the asking for the business part. That's why I asked about it. I just was curious where her head was before she started doing it. Mm-hmm. You know, was it something she knew she should do or and just didn't, or she just wasn't thinking about it? And I think, and she said, I just really wasn't thinking about it. And I think a lot of people in this space, Carl, because they're good at what they do, she admitted, right? I'm good at what I do. I'm great. And I think a lot of us think that because we're great and we're good at what we do and people know that that's enough.
Yeah.
You know, that's enough. And it's not, if we start asking, suddenly things change. Like, oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, I know you. Yeah, of course.
Hey, and the math proves it too. So for every 13 asks you having a day with a conversation, you'll get about 2 relational referrals. And so, and that math doesn't hold true if you don't ask. Cory, quick question. Do you think that was the thing that took you from 20 to 38?
Yeah, for sure.
And then put 20 in for this month, plus you already got another 20 in for October. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a powerful lesson.
Yeah.
But the most important thing was joining the community.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have done any of it if I hadn't joined a community.
Well, I appreciate the credit, but I think it all goes to you. You know what I got out of that, Steve?
What is that, Coral?
It for her, it wasn't as much of a money motivation. What I heard her say is, I wanted to see what this thing will do. Like as soon as she said that, I pictured Captain Kirk telling Scotty, "Give her all she's got. Let's see what she'll do.
See what she'll do."
Yeah, and so that's very inspiring. So thanks a lot, Cory, and I appreciate you, coming from behind the curtain and coming up and standing on the stage and helping us encourage other people. Very encouraging. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Cory. Good stuff.
Thank you for that.
All right, we will go ahead and get on out of here. We'll be back tomorrow, of course. Don't forget, Carl, you didn't hear this. I'm out all week next week. So,
man.
Yeah, man. So we're heading down to Southern California. So my Southern California peeps, we'll do a meetup down there Friday, probably.
All right. You know what that means, don't you, Steve?
Yeah.
Next week is keg party. Next week. Papa Bear's not here.
All right. Yeah.
The shirts will come off. So.
Okay. All right. Enough of that nonsense. Let's get out of here. You guys have a great day. We'll see you here tomorrow at the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Adios.
See ya.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day.